Alright, we left ourselves with a treat today. War with Denmark that's been a long time coming. We finally pulled the trigger because Commonwealth finally said, no, we've had enough of being friends with the Danes. I want a whole bunch of land. It looks like a large amount of land, but it's not a whole lot of development, all things considered. That said, if he's got trade stations and the likes for me, then I want them. We do outnumber him, to be fair, but our troops are gash at fighting, and it would be a show superiority war. I want to call in Sweden, but I can only do that when I finish up my war with Hungary. Of course, I can't finish up my war with Hungary because he's got two allies, including Provence, that are still in and around this. So here's my thinking. We're going to slaughter Ravensburg army and try to get them out of the war whilst they're still occupied by Bohemia. And then hopefully Provence will fall soon enough. If not, you guys are being sent right back to deal with them. You guys are coming all the way back just to police this area, and you folks just hold the line down here. Otherwise, well, last time we integrated our big subject Kazakh, so we have all this delicious land. Some of it's actually making money for us in a nice turn of events, and we are slowly but surely converting it all to glorious Orthodox. It was probably worth the investment in religious. I mean, humanist would have been a whole lot better, but I can't stand humanism, so I won't abide by it. Frustratingly, though, the Commonwealth has been converting all these wonderful provinces to Catholic from Orthodox, despite having humanist ideas maxed out. I don't actually understand that, but what you gonna do? I guess it didn't make them... Perhaps they have enough malices from decisions they've taken that make heretics unpleasant in their country. Anyway, what's going on? Well, we'll get our cores going here. I did take these after all. Might as well get them done and dusted. And otherwise, this tech cries out to me, but I'm going to wait. There's a lot of coring to be done. And if you're behind in tech, why not go the full way and make yourself mega behind in tech? Let's hope that peace is not declared between... Peace is not declared between Ravensburg and Bohemia, lest Ravensburg suddenly want to fight again. Provence I'm close to getting out, but I'm not quite there. The rebels are helping, but Bohemia's working on their capital. Does Sweden still have their balanced and totally not OP event bonuses? Most likely. Heavens knows they are the best balanced around. Alright, Guillermo, you are pretty good. Jagger is also pretty good, but the fire phase does come first. So get in there and slaughter these guys. It's only in farmland, so it should be no problem. And at least with the Ravensburg army destroyed, I can go and take Ravensburg for myself. I want this war with Hungary done and dusted as soon as possible. Because those Danes, they're probably about to get off their boats and come and attack me proper. And my forts won't hold, and my army is nowhere near that line. Uh-oh, Provence want to get involved as well. I do not want Provence involved. Please get away. My armies are, again... I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but my armies are terrible at fighting. Extremely terrible. Let's get you guys a bit closer to the action. We have some decent enough leadership, I guess, but I'm looking for 100% or close enough to, so that I can take all these provinces off of Hungary. The problem, as ever, remains with Provence and Ravensburg. Provence is close to wanting out. If I shattered their army, it would probably be enough. Maybe even if I occupied their lands in the south, it would be enough. But instead, they come slipping into my lands. I don't mind a fight so much. The coffers are pretty full, and the manpower is bulging, so we'll take it as best we can. Got a lot of free diplomats that are not being put to work right now. Let's keep relations with Commonwealthy as high as they can go. I think me and Timmy are still cool. Me and Sweden, cool enough. Let's keep two free. We are at war after all. We can afford to be that level of decadent. Oh god, look at these jokers. They don't know what's what. Hang on, why are you guys coming back? I wanted you over there. Maybe I grabbed the wrong armies. Wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last. Oh yeah, the Bavarians got involved as well. This war is going to be a whole lot messier than I want it to be. And Bohemia's still at war. I didn't want Bohemia to get any of this area. I want it for myself. It's bad enough that they tainted this place with their increased core creation cost. I'm wondering if it would be worth sending an extra, or if it's better to defend the lands that we have here for now. I'm also thinking Naval Doctrine would be pretty cheap for me to take right now. It's only 105 ducats. We don't fight on the seas, so I might as well take whatever gives me better trade power for privateering the Otto scum. Not liking that. They would hold out long enough in those mountains to be a bother. How dare you do this to me, Bavaria? Why are our armies so terrible at fighting? Lack of military national ideas? That's a good question. Maybe I'm just a bad one here, because we do get infantry combat ability. No morale or discipline from our ideas here. Although we do have defensive ideas. Aristocratic doesn't help your army at all unless you count cavalry combat ability, and no sane person does. Unless you are a horde player, or you're massively stacking it as Poland. Alright, come on, Provence. Just get your sorry selves out of this war. You are occupied to the maximum. Ravensburg I don't mind occupying myself. Especially if I have Jagger do it with his amazing 3 siege. Otherwise, though, I just want Provence gone. But even being fully occupied by rebels and by Bohemia is not enough to make him budge for whatever reason. I'm on a timer here because I want to call in Sweden. Also, I don't want to be barraged by Danes, who are no doubt... Oh, on my capital already. Must have missed that part. Fight the good fight, my capital. If they get too much war score on me, then Sweden won't join in either. Whew. You're in a big war while Common Poor is struggling. Aren't you forgetting something? Nah. Nonsense. I have a feeling that capital of mine is about to crumble. I mean, it's already at 7% there. I could send off 2 armies, but then I'd risk Hungary getting de-sieged, so I might as well take the one in the hand rather than the others in the bush as it goes. May have to cut myself back a bit on what I can take from Hungary. Here's a thought: I don't need to take backs. If all else fails, backs in Slovenia can be dropped out because Bohemia can't take them. Bohemia could subjugate Hungary. That would be a completely different story, though. Help Sweden fix their borders. Yeah, that is on the cards as well. Oh, disease outbreak in Ravensburg. Doesn't rain, but it sure does pour today. Provence won't get out until their war enthusiasm is low anyway. Well, I'm sure we'll hold. We've been in worse situations, that is. Who's killing the Poles? The Poles decided... Oh god, I lost my core on Nish faster than I thought. I guess the Ottomans absolutismed up to get rid of my core there. It's a shame that we're not the main culture for Serbian. A travesty that that's not the case. Alright, keep those conversions going. Heavens knows there are plenty of them to do. And many of them dirt cheap to do as well. Might as well do the ones that are the dirtest and the cheapest, right? I like to sort by unity and go for those that actually have impact. Because if it has impact, then it probably has high development, which is all the better to get converted. It's all pretty cheap as it is anyway. Okay, not really liking being attacked by Danes, not liking their immediate breach, but at least they probably paid for that. Let's get Ravensburg at least. Oh god, does not want to fall down. And here come the Danes. Marvin telling me that his viewers are well behaved. I'll believe it. I've been in there often enough. Here, Tesh. That sounds like someone that was worth money. 6 development. I guess it's only costing because the autonomy is pretty high. I wonder if I could find a way to focus this better to have it on states. That would be lovely. But I can't think of a good way to do that. And I can't mix and match these views. I guess I could just go to places that I know have high development, but I've already done Kerry and Shippy Shack. Wasn't there another one around here that had fairly good development? Ah, they're all done as well. Okay, well, for lack of a better idea, I will take the ones that are faster and have good impact on Unity. Because if it's faster, that means it's probably not in a territory. Alright, that gives me good score on Hungary. Very good score on Hungary. Couldn't take Bachs, but I could just about take Slavonia if we could just say goodbye to the bloomin' Provençals. Is it even worth it, though? Maybe I should just go down and get a little bit on you. Protestant zealots are there, not there, though. Okay, what if I jump on this and help out Bohemia? My capital won't be worth 25 war score in this against the Danes. But this isn't nice either. They're gunning down Wallachia. That'll cost me war score too. I don't want to take that fight, but I wouldn't mind scaring them off a bit. Will you become Defender of the Faith for the morale boost? No, I don't want to defend these other guys. Oh, glad I didn't arrive in time for that disease outbreak. Oh, right. What? Ha! That's quite nice. The Bohemians are fighting on my side here, and they're the ones in the front line. I just get to flank and cannon. So my enemies get to kill each other, and I get all the rewards. Sadly, my capital is down, and that doesn't come without its own problems, and I lost a fair bit of war score from losing Wallachia's capital. However, Provence got licked there. Still not enough for them to want out of this. Strength, length of war, holding your capital. Well, holding your capital's about to go. I'm not happy about the Danes making that kind of progress, though. I'm certainly not happy about losing this capital. Guillermo, if you can take it back really fast, that'll be nice. Commonwealth and their Cossack aggressions. I actually fell out with them over that. You and your Cossack raids, you scum. Well, let's not be too harsh. They are still what comes between me and certain doom. Okay. Sadly, that good event isn't as good as I need it to be, and the Danes are infesting my country right now. Not only the Danes, the ravenous Ravensburgs are at it as well. This is not the song for the occasion. Not sure this is either. Okay, great, we got Wallachia back. And that's almost enough to take a whole lot more off of you, but if I could just get Provence out of here. Hey, there we go, that's Provence out of here. Get out of here, that should 100% this war. Which means back you come. Which means I should probably separate piece of Ravensburg, since, well, why would I not? War reparations, force religion, nice lengthy truce, and a good bit of prestige for me. And don't tell me you guys are locked in there. I need you back on the double. And as soon as one of my diplomats are free, we're getting out of this war and calling in Sweden. The nobility want to take a lot of land. Relations between nobility and the despot could hardly be worse. Astrakhan, Mormon, Magyar. Hey, I know that area, and I don't particularly care. I can leave them be. It's probably good for me that they gain a bit of influence. And then when I tell them to go on a diet, they're going to feel alright very soon. Just in time for giving me levies or whatever else I ask for. 765, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Goodbye, Hungarian lands. Welcome to being part of the Greater Montenegrin Empire. That is good. Quick question, though. Calling Sweden into the war? Oh, yeah. Wait, I'm not promising Danish lands. I just want to make sure this was high enough that having overextension wouldn't get in the way of it, and it would appear that it does not. So let's grab this. Reduce autonomy? Can't do that whilst at war, I'm afraid. Wait, Sopron is an HRE province? Sure. If you say so. It's still going to be my HRE province, though. Zep still tempts me, doesn't it? It's a nice province, and I don't want Bohemia getting anything. But I'm still just going to cap it at this. Lovely. Now let's get our cores in there. And also, nice, we went over the threshold to become a full-on empire. A union of South Slavic cultures. Unfortunately, well, okay, we now have one Croatian province, but that's it. South Slavic is the most pathetic of the culture groups in the world. Well, it's certainly up there. Okay, let's get those cores going. We got some work ahead of ourselves here. A lot of Danes to disrupt. You're getting called in. You are not getting promised land, Sweden. I just need you to tank some hits for me, because heavens knows my country's burning right now. Forget these lands. I'm sure they'll be fine. I know there's no forts or anything to help them. A well-placed fort in Somogi would have all this dealt with, but I'm just going to have to tank any revolts, perhaps even give them over to Bohemia. And, oh yeah, there's Bremen. Bloomin' Bremen, how could I forget you? Bremen's bigger and stronger than ever before, and they're going to be a continuous pain to that little stack of theirs. Regardless, I need units up north to deal with the major threat. Revel, I didn't have a fort there. I removed the fort earlier. Novgorod may or may not hold, but something that may or may not be the difference in that is giving them some defensiveness. At least that won't work against me when they take the lands. Let's get up. We got a country to defend and a capital to retake. You want quite a lot of money for a medium-ish army, but a very well-led army. You know what? Make me proud, Austria. Muscovy's still claiming all the land as his own, the scumbag. Not sure if I want to chase you or deal with the Danes. I think I'd rather deal with the Danes right now. You guys appear to be a bit lost. Up you get. That's a lot of overextension. No, it's not. It's only 76. We have half-decent absolutism right now. Don't forget that. Alright, Commonwealthy is no longer at war. And they would almost join in my war if they didn't love my enemies and have a truce with Denmark. I'm on your case. Guylem was the fastest guy we have. Oh, whoa, Central America. I figured it would have been Castilled by now. But it's not Castolen. I've never seen such open hostility between Aragon and Portugal before. Or have I? Come on, chase down the car, and hopefully get to Novgorod before it falls too. I'll need to take back my capital at this rate, but the Swedes should be able to take care of any misdemeanors right now. How do you keep getting blocked off? Get back to my country. Onwards to Novgorod. If it doesn't fall, then it's less work for us de-sieging it. Otherwise, the Danes seem too busy in my land to be worrying about others. Nice reminder from the Ottomans that I'm not selling my knowledge to anybody, but nobody's willing to buy anyway. Not even the Ming, and I tried to be friendly with the Ming, but he was having none of it. Doesn't look like Novgorod's going to hold. It's alright, it shouldn't be too hard to get back as long as we cap it in time. Ottomans no longer consider Ming a rival, so they're... I don't know, who's bigger than who there? You think you can get there in time? 4th of August. Get there on the double, so we get it in one shot, please. Oh, Ming and Ottomans both. They're in cahoots, these two. Although it's probably more that the institution tech penalty has played a part there. Oh, Ming isn't even on the list. They must be really lacking in techs and drowning in... Well, they're lacking the institutions, probably not lacking in tech at all. Alright, good enough. Still get there in time. You'll cap that in 2 siege ticks. I'm going to have you there just to keep an eye on them. Wallachia love me, of course they do. When did Finland's cores expire? They were part of the bloc. I think I will directly hold Finland. I have too many subjects on the list as it is. Interesting. Bremen versus Sweden. Why, Bremen Tech 19? They are Tech 19. Sweden's gonna die. However, the Danes are not Tech 19, and I am. I should be going in there and kicking their sorry arses. Then again, they got Tech 19 Bremen backing them up. I would flank him, but he has cannons. What are these two up to? You're going up to Belo Ozero. Well, whatever keeps the Swedes busy. I want my land back. And that means you, Laser Kiwi, if you're ever able to get back here. Oh wait, no, that's Laser Kiwi. What I want is Jagger with his 3 siege on my capital, please. Jake, killing Danes is its own reward. The Swedes are taking that, but jeez. I would get there about a month late, and even if I force marched there, well, it's not unthinkable that I could tip the balance in that. I don't want the Swedes getting too curb stomped here. That line might be able to hold out for 10 days. That line will not hold out for 10 days. Oh, but he's adding to it in 3 days. Treason against Montenegro. That sounds... Oh, the nobility hate me even more, but it does sound like army professionalism. Whew! Joined in just in time for the Danes to rout. And it was nice of Novgorod to fall fast as it did. Excellent, good. That doesn't send the Swedes packing, it sends the Danes packing. I should definitely be working on this land before the Swedes take it all for themselves, though. It's dangerous, but since we sent those Danes packing, it shouldn't be too hard to do so. What do the Swedes want out of this? Yeah, I don't want them having any of this land. So... here's how I think we'll do it. You guys are in charge of denying the Swedes this territory. You are in charge of taking back my capital. That's not a good division of labor because you have fewer cannons and the worst general. Yeah, whatever. It's all about denying Swedes. Alright, we could standardize these uniforms, but I would say no. And I don't want to tolerate heretics either. Whew! Alright, we turned something around from something that looked real grim into something that looks a whole lot nicer. Sure, the rebels want to rise up, but I could start cracking their skulls if I want you yet more absolutism. Okay, but that harsh treatment on particularists is savage. It shouldn't be that high, it's a small batch of them. But if it's stuff like Hungarians, then we can harshly treat them, because it exchanges mill for absolutism, and absolutism, as you know, is discipline, and oh, that's very nice. And core creation cost, which again, it just nicely translates into admin. I want that admin. Sweden, get your ass off of that. I don't want you to do that for me. That's my province to... Actually, if you're going in there with loads of cannons... I got the 3 siege and yet more cannons. We'll do it that way. Let's make sure that the Danes can't do anything daft, like recruit units around here while we're at it. They're all being sent nicely back. I don't care about blockades. I'm not much of a nation, not much of a coastal nation. Hopefully we get this done fast enough. Immediate disease outbreak. That's meant to be a 1 in 14 chance, and we've just seen that all too many times. Okay. Well, it makes sense. You notice the ones that hurt you. You don't so much notice the ones that work for you. Okay, what's the situation? With those troops routed, it actually looks not too bad for us. It's tempting to go over and... Oh, well, somebody's already on it. Good job, Sweden. Take that as fast as you can, and we